Alright guys, so don't let the camera shock you. New camera, so now you get to hear me talking and see me talking, which could be scary. So in chapter 6 section 1 they're talking about integration by parts, and so this is just a different way to integrate something, find the area underneath the curve. So in this section in the text it gives you this basic definition. So we're going to be splitting up two products, and so we're going to be breaking up into parts. And this comes from actually the product rule with finding derivatives. It's a manipulation of it, but we'll be using that. So first couple questions, or at least the first question on the homework, is saying identify which one is your u and which one's your dv. Typically if you have something that's exponential, the derivative of an exponential is another exponential. So that's typically not going to be our dv, and so we would just say the x cubed is, and then the e to the 5x dx is our dv. So it's the derivative of something else. We're going to do an example like number 2 in the supplement, and so you'll see how that x squared will eventually go away. That is my u, but eventually it will go away when I do integration by parts. When it comes to the evaluating, like on number 7, when it comes to evaluation or a word problem, unless I specifically say do it by hand, I would expect you to use technology. So if we wanted to integrate this thing from, it looks like 1 to e, and so we can tell Desmos do that. We put in our function, that's x to the negative 3, or I guess 1 over x cubed. Might be easier for me to put it in that way. Natural log of x dx, and it will give me that value, that 0.148. If we were doing it by hand, then we would have to use the integration by parts. So this could be a way to check your math or use integration by parts. With any word problem that you ever have, that will always be, you can use technology. Usually you have to come up with the equation, but then once you have the equation, please use the technology. They talk about the present value of income, and so you just need to set up the formula, and on page 424 this is how you find your present value. So you just set up the equation with the information that's given, and you should be able to find your answer pretty easily. So I'll do a supplement for probably that number 2. And I'll leave it at that. And if you have any questions, let me know.